All right. Will this be in lecture mode? So you'll be able to ask questions, but we'll cover them at the end. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll just wait one more minute before we get started. In the meantime, feel free to say in the chat where you are joining us from. Chicago, Northern California. Ooh, nice. Seattle. Hey, West Coast. Canada. Farthest one so far, I think. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. It's still level three. Thank you everyone again for joining us. My name is Sam. This is part two of our three-part webinar series focused on customers who work on sales. If you joined us for part one, welcome back. And if you missed it, no worries. You can find the recording in our newsletter or on our YouTube channel. Today, we'll be talking about a new feature designed to help you use your meeting reports more effectively so you can consistently get the insights that you need and turn them into action. Our goal basically is to show you how to standardize what's already working and set up repeatable systems that can scale across your team. Very excited to welcome Julia, who's joining us today. She's a product manager here at Read AI, and she's been instrumental in shaping a lot of what we'll be showing. So, with that, Julia, I'll hand it to you. Sorry, let me help you unmute.
Awesome. There we go. The suspense.
Right.
Thanks for sticking through it. Hi, I'm Julia. Sam, thanks for the intro. I'm a product manager here at Read. Let's warm ourselves up a little bit. I'm curious, you can pop this in your answer in chat, but how many of you have ever copied your transcript from the Read recording and popped it into ChatGPT or Claude or enter your AI tool of choice to reformat the content? Yeah. So we know many people are doing this, not just in this channel, but that makes perfect sense. We see it happening in our product all the time. Um, we have learned from you all that meeting report outputs are not suitable as is the default for all of your needs. So the meeting report outputs aren't a one size fits all. But today the report has the same generic output regardless of your meeting type or your audience. And for particular for you salespeople, we've learned from your feedback that the difference, a discovery call is different than a stakeholder update, which is different than a deal review or a sales cycle review. And we want to be able to produce reports that help you get the outcome you need depending on the meeting that you had. So in order to help you with that problem space, we are introducing a feature called templates. We'll spend some time today talking about what this is, and then I'll show you the real thing, and we'll talk about how you can bring it into your workflows. So to start, what is a template? It is a pre-built report. It's a format designed for specific meeting types. So instead of every report having the same generic shape, you can use a template to reshape the content of your report into the structure that fits the meeting that you actually had. So a discovery call might have discovery questions, follow-ups might be more focused on commitments, and for those of you who aren't salespeople, because we might have a few in there, one-on-ones maybe with your boss would have a totally different output than your discovery call with your customers. So the second part is that you can apply it with just one click after the meeting. The report is going to restructure itself. So for those of you who have been copying and pasting in a chat GPT, this is the step that really reduces the complexity there. You can do that sort of transformation in our own product without copying and pasting with just one click. And then lastly, once it's templated, you can push it straight into your content management system. So for sales folks, we support HubSpot and Salesforce, but we'll expand to non-sales specific tools in the future. So that's the whole idea. You pick the format that fits the meeting, you apply it once, and then you have those notes reformatted in your reproduct wherever you go. All right, let's see what this looks like in the product. So what we're looking at right now is the default, is our default read meeting report. So you have your summary, action items, our key discussion points. This should all look relatively familiar. Um, but what if I have a discovery call with a prospect and I want to get the output from that particular report specialized to what the customer was explicitly asking for so that my next steps are super clear as a sales rep? Um, so with the same meaning and one click, you can apply something called the discovery template. You'll see the questions are right at the top. They're embedded within key challenges and solutions. You can scroll through and see explicit next steps. So not just action items, but like what do you really need to do in order to close your deal here? Um, and you can apply this as soon as you get your meeting report. So you finish your disco call, you might have only 15 minutes between meetings. As soon as your report processes, you can just apply it with one click, reformat into the sales call, into your discovery template, and then move on. But now let's say you work for a company that has a standard around maybe a format like Bant or Spiced. And so you as a user might prefer the discovery call for yourself. But maybe before you push it into your CRM, you actually want to apply the standard content that your workspace really practices. So you can go and do that and apply Bant. See that it's changed, same transcript, same underlying information, but you've now just changed the format based on who the stakeholder that needs to look at this report is. And now at this point, I can push this content into my CRM. So we've got HubSpot, is what I've got connected here, Salesforce, if that's your tool of choice. And we'll actually push the content that you're looking at. So in the BANT format or in the discovery format, if that's the special structure that your company would prefer your CRM to be managed in. And then lastly, great, you got the meeting report. That's awesome. But my next step is actually to send an email to the prospect. Some of you might have, again, with ChatGPT or Claude, taken this content, copy pasted it elsewhere, and then asked for a follow-up email. You can do that here as well. So not specific to the template, but I wanted to make sure you could see that you can use Ask Read on the side panel, prompt it to draft a follow-up email. This looks pretty good. Let's say I'm ready to use it as is. I can copy and paste it directly from here and drop it into my email. So that is the workflow that I wanted to show in the product. This is not yet in production. This is releasing soon. So I wanted to talk about exactly what will be released when this goes live. So for templates, what you just saw were 4 stock templates. Spiced is another sales specific template. Bant is another sales specific template we looked at. Discovery as well. We really focused on the sales persona to begin with, because that's the group that was asking for this the loudest. But we also have a generic one-on-one template because we felt like that was an appropriate template for anybody, no matter the kind of work that you do, sales persona included. We also support manual pushing of this templated content to HubSpot and Salesforce with this release. So exactly what you saw in the demo, your templated summary lands in your record, in your CRM, structured and ready to use in just the way that you saw displayed in the Read product. And then lastly, something that we took the feedback from our customers pretty seriously here, and we learned that for customers who are sharing their meeting notes, um, for Read users who are sharing the meeting notes with their customers, they might not necessarily want their prospects to see that those meeting notes have been transformed into some sort of a sales specific style. And so we'll give you an option. I didn't show you today, but we'll give you an option to just apply that template for yourself so that you don't have your external customers seeing the way that they have been transformed into a sales template. So this is releasing soon, but now available in beta. So feel free to reach out to us if you'd like to try these things out soon and give us some early feedback. But otherwise, keep an eye on your inboxes um, for official launch emails. Now, I can already hear your next question. Great, this is great, but my team doesn't actually use a structure like Bant. We use a modification of it, or we have our own custom structure, or I need something out of my meeting notes that you haven't already given me. Can I build my own? The answer is you will be able to do that. So we give you those stock templates to really help you get off the ground running. But we also know that you have your own bespoke workflows with your own bespoke needs. And so we will be releasing something that we'll call custom templates for you to create the output that you need for your meetings. So this is just a screenshot of what we have in design. It's not in the product yet, and it is coming soon. In this screenshot that I'm showing you here, you can see that you can create a new custom from scratch. You can give it some context on the meeting. You can define your own sections, whether you use the ones that we already have with some modifications or new sections right all on their own. And then you can save the template. And for those of you in workspaces, you will be sharing it with your workspaces as well. So as a sales manager, if you have a particular style that you have in mind and you want all of your people to be applying templates with the same template, that will be available as soon as we release this. Awesome. So, looking ahead, um, what we really want to make sure comes across here is that the demo that I showed you was really just the beginning. We have a lot of work that we're going to invest in this product in the next couple of months in order to fit into your workflows as seamlessly as possible. So, we're in the process of shipping a cleaner meeting report so that you can get to the content that you need with less scrolling and less moving around in the product. If you don't have it already, that's in the process of rolling out. Coming soon, next would be the sales templates that I demoed for you. So just the four stock templates to begin, the ability to apply it for just yourself, and the supported manual push to HubSpot and Salesforce. Um, throw this in here just because we're talking about changes to the meeting report, but we'll have continued investments in the video tab for those of you who go back and review your sales team's meetings to give them coaching or advice. So you'll have the video tab and the transcript be side by side, so you can scroll between the two of them seamlessly and use one to influence the other. It'll give you easier navigation in that tool. But then template specific. Once you have a template that you love, you might want to apply it to every meeting of a particular type going forwards so that you don't have to take that manual step every single time. We will give you the ability to auto-apply templates to particular reports based off of criteria that you set. So anytime you have a call with an external user, for example, that we believe to be a sales call, you could tell us to apply a template to that particular style of meeting every time so that as soon as you load the report, you see it already done for you. Same thing with auto pushing the templated content to your CRM. I showed you how you can manually push a report to the CRM from the report itself, but I would imagine many of you have auto push enabled, and you would want to be able to auto push the templated content to the CRM right away so that you take actually no steps in order to get things into your HubSpot or Salesforce tool right off the bat. And then lastly, we just talked about this, but the ability to edit, to build your own custom templates and really build a solution that works for you and the unique needs of your own business, that will be coming as well. So that is the road ahead. And I think with that, we want to spend some time on Q&A and be able to get feedback from y'all on how you might envision using this product, things that you think we should have on our radar, anything really that kind of comes to mind so that we can help make sure this product works for your particular sales workflows.
Thank you, Julia. Feel free to throw your questions into the chat and we'll answer them all. All right, the first one. Will you be able to apply the templates to your team so they have to use specific templates? This, I imagine, is if you are like a workspace owner or a team manager and want to just set the setting for your team once.
Yeah, really good question. You will be able to do that at the auto push level so that you can take that action on behalf of your team and you can just get your team's reports into your CRM in the style that you would like as a team manager. As far as auto applying templates to the visibility of reports in the Read product for your team, we're going to leave that up to users. But what the workspace admin can do, actually, what anybody in a workspace can do is create a template, excuse me, that they want everybody in the product and everybody in the team to be able to apply for themselves. So the standardization really comes at the level of taking your Read content and getting it into the CRM. We heard that that was the most important thing from our users.
All right. Next question from Justin. Do you have plans to support other sales methodologies out of the box? Or is the idea to always create a custom template?
We really think that the future for this is through custom templates. We give some standard out of the box sales templates in order to get people started. But rarely do we see that people are following these methodologies exactly as is, and rather everybody has kind of a spin on these sales methodologies. So we're going to encourage users to use the custom template tool in order to fit their needs. But as always, please let us know if you think there's a methodology that we've missed, because we will be continuing to fill out our custom template library, whether it be with sales templates in particular or generic templates for other meeting types, UX research or customer success meetings or things like that, which we didn't talk about today.
Yeah, this is great. We've been looking at this. We've been working with our own sales team as well and developing it, and it does seem to like work faster. Like they can, just extract the insights faster because it's the same format. Um, Later on, analyzing that data is also faster because you already have it like structured that way. So it really is scalable. Let's see, question from Andy. What are your thoughts on a central repository of all meeting minutes? We are a small company and completely transparent, so want to be able to quickly access all meeting minutes without surfing around different accounts, especially as not all users have Read AI accounts.
Yeah, this is a use case that we see that's really common for people, is that they actually treat Read as like a central knowledge hub for their meetings in particular, and then obviously augmented with any integrations that they bring to the tool. So thoughts on it being a central repository for all your meeting minutes? Yes, by all means, we're definitely designed to be able to support that, even if you don't spend that much time in the reports or you don't push your content into other places. Um, so for your team, I would recommend using templates such that anybody who comes and views those reports within Read can view the output that you really think they need to get what they are looking for from that meeting. Um, of course, you would need users to have Read AI accounts in order to see your meeting report outputs. That's the limitation of not pushing to something like a HubSpot account or a Salesforce account where you might have other people in those platforms that don't have Read accounts. So to that point, I would say, yes, of course, people who come to the Read platform are going to need those accounts. But if you're looking for quick access across meeting minutes within the Read product, templates would definitely help enable or continue to enable that workflow for you. Let me know if I didn't get to the heart of that question. Yeah, you can actually. So, Ron, your question about the AI overview of sales conversations can suggest follow-up emails to your clients. This is true if you have we don't suggest emails to clients if your client is coming to view your meeting, your shared meeting minutes together. But today the Ask Read tool is available there. For anybody who has a Read account, what I've shown you here is actually I pre-typed this and sent this out so that I could demo it cleanly for you. But this was me asking a question of my meeting content, knowing what I needed to get out of it. So from that perspective, we are not, yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Does that make sense?
All right, we have another question. Will you still be able to edit a transcript after a template has been applied? Oh yeah, this one is handy, especially if you need to edit, names that, you know, got this misspelled or something.
Yes, definitely. The transcript is over in the second tab. This is a good question. Even after a template has been applied, you can come into the transcript and make your edits as you have always been able to do today. Something we'll invest in the future is if you apply a template and then make edits to the transcript, let's say you change a name or a key detail or something that you feel like was missed. Um, but you've already applied a template, the template won't automatically update as is. We don't want to change information on your behalf without you taking explicit action, but that's something that we'll want to support in the future. Because we do know that sometimes people come in and change names or pronouns or other details, and they want it to reflect back in the recap. So we have that on our radar as well. That being said, if you come to the transcript before you've applied a template and you change some things in the template in the transcript first, and then you apply a template, the template generation will take that into account.
Awesome. We have a few more minutes. If anyone have any other questions?
Um, a question I anticipate people might have is, do these templates cost anything extra? Do I need to plan ahead or buy licenses, etc.? Um, these are available out of the box for all of our accounts. So if you are a free user or a paid user on this call, you'll both have access to these features. And yeah.
Excellent. We'll announce our winner of the year free of Read at the end. So, any other questions? You have the expert here that has been leading this effort, so take advantage of that. Let's see. Um, what search phrase or title do I search for in YouTube for your replay video training number one and today's video? So if you go to our YouTube channel, go to playlists, and there's one that's all the webinar recordings. So you can just look for it there. So you just kind of look for Read AI YouTube. You should land there. Yeah, our previous webinar was really interesting. It was about using our connector with via Claude or GPT to kind of pull meeting insights and generate kind of the next step, like actionable things in your LLM that already has kind of like your context and your tone of voice and all. So if you missed it, definitely go check that out. All right, let's do a few more seconds, just in case anyone is maybe feeling a little bit shy but does have a question.
I have a question for the group, which is outside of stock sales templates, the ones that I've shown you today, what other meetings could you imagine applying a template to in the future? Maybe it's something totally unrelated to the sales call cycle that we talked about today.
Interviews, yeah, for HR.
Planning meetings, yep, for sure.
Jam sessions, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, if there are no more questions here that we can address live, you can always contact us. You can always contact support, and we'll address your questions that way as well. Thank you so much, Julia, for walking us through this, and thank you everyone for joining us today. We hope that you learned something useful. Quick plug-in, next month's webinar will be the last of the sales series. It will be all about smarter pipeline management. So keep an eye out for our newsletter to register there and invite your teammates. So, the moment that we've all been waiting for, the winner of the 1 year free read subscription is, let me look at this, Pamela Lee. Congratulations, Pamela Lee. We will be following up with you to set you up with that free year of Read AI so you can get all the premium features. Oh, and let's see, weekly company meetings for team action items and breakup projects. That would be a good one too. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.